So I just kind of come to the realization that I still do shitty things and can be somewhat of an asshole. Even though I do all this yoga and I've hang around with all these yoga people and I try to do good in my life every day and look for the good and I still can be pretty shitty sometimes. And that is I just came to that realization. And let me tell you why. I 2 years ago I dated someone. We dated for maybe 5 months, and he and I are still actually really close friends now. And when we first started hanging out, I met his roommate and his two or three friends at their place. And when I first met them, first of all, it was a weird circumstance. I got there and they had already been drinking, having a good time, and I was, not drinking, and no one wants to be that dude that's not drinking when everyone else is drinking, having a great time. So, but I show up and I start meeting these people that I've just, he wants me to meet. And first impressions are kind of a big deal for me, but first impressions can be wrong. Um, these people came off as very cold to me, disingenuous, and insincere on different levels. And I left a really bad taste in my mouth. So after that, after I met these people and I left, I said, wow, I'm not going to see these people again. These are pretty shitty people. They're bad. They're typical West Hollywood gay men that don't give a shit about anyone else except themselves. So, and that was that. And that was 2.5 years ago. And, me and this guy split up after 5 months of dating, and we were still very close friends. But every time we would hang out, he would either come over here, or I would go to his place when his roommates and his friends weren't at his place. So I never saw these people again, and which was just fine with me. I just like, oh, this is the way it is, and no big deal. He, on the other hand, had a problem with it and couldn't understand why, because he loved his friends, they were good people, he kept telling me this, but I just wasn't hearing this or listening because I just had this image in my head of this one night. And recently, over the last maybe 3 months, 3 months ago, I just had you know what, he really wanted me to hang out with this person, and I did, and I actually had a really great time. Like, oh, okay, well, maybe, it was a fluke. And I got invited to like a dinner party with these group of people, and I was actually having anxiety about it because this first impression of these people that I had 2.5 years ago were still in my head, and it was making me anxious. And it was just ridiculous. And I said, you know what? It meant a lot to him for me to go to this dinner party. So I went, and I have to say that I left that evening feeling like such an asshole because these people were actually very nice, very pleasant, very engaging, and they felt very genuine. And it really made me have to look at myself because here I am supposed to be this fun yoga person who is trying to look in the good in everybody and try to be more proactive and loving other people and all these other things. And I was still harboring weird feelings for these people after this one meeting, and it was so stupid because they really actually liked me, and I actually liked them, and it's just weird because it's a daily struggle every day. Like, I think I'm doing something, like working towards something good, and I think I am, but it's a daily struggle to always look at both sides of the coin. That I don't know everything there is to know. I'm not some guru, and these people, and I still get sweet emails from people all over the world of how I am supposedly inspiring them, and that's so amazing to me because I'm just being me and doing my thing, and I genuinely appreciate all your support and concern, um, and it's kind of crappy that I'm supposed to be doing all these great things and I can't give someone a second chance or I wasn't giving anyone a second chance to prove themselves or to see who they really are. And for that, I apologized. Of course, I apologized to them without them knowing, what they had, what I had done to them. Like I was like, oh well, whatever, but I think I got to explain to them later of what the situation was, and I just felt I apologized to them profusely because these are some actually really sweet people. And so just basically after that, I'm just really, it was a wake up call to myself like, wow, stop being a little shit, stop being an asshole, and start listening to people and try to see what, everyone has something to offer. What is that? What is it? And my thing is, I need to, if I'm going to try to walk the walk, I need to talk the talk too, right? I need to do exactly, or is that saying? I can't remember. Anyway, I have to practice what I preach. So, yeah, just try to give people a second chance and look at both sides of the coin. So, and I need to keep moving forward. But yeah, exactly. I'm not a fucking guru. I'm just a guy just trying to make it and trying to practice what he preaches. So, but it is a daily struggle because I'm not perfect, nor do I pretend to be. So, anyway, so just the goal of the goal of this whole video is just you gotta give people a second chance and try to keep your heart and your mind open because things are not always what they seem. So, have a great day. Love you.